Hello. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Um, I had to get on here because I wanted to share something that happened and it is quite extraordinary. And honestly, I think that whenever I tell this story, that many of you will find it I'm sorry for this moving around, somewhat prophetic. Um, so, the picture that I downloaded on the front right there, um, that was my wedding dress. Got married in 1995, so it's almost been 26 years now in April. And whenever we got married, shortly after we got married, my wedding dress had a little spot on it of wine. I wasn't saved back then. And so I was drinking wine and got a little spot on the wedding dress. And so I took it to the cleaners to try to get the spot out. And it was a friend of mine and actually had trouble getting the spot out. And I just kind of like left it there and didn't think about it. And later I went back and somebody else was working and they actually couldn't find it. And I had left it there quite a while. So I think it just got like lost and mixed in with maybe the other clothes. But so through the years, I have thought about it and kind of made me a little sad because, it was a special day. And even though I didn't spend a lot of money on the wedding dress, we got married in a little small ceremony on the deck at the lake, actually by the water. It was really beautiful. And our family and best friends were there. And actually, my father in law married us. And so, anyway, it wasn't that the dress was extraordinary. It was a sundress actually. It was like eyelet, and there was only one size. It was actually a little bit too big for me, but it had a tie in the back so that I could tie it, around my waist a little bit tighter. But it was just, I just loved that dress, and it was just perfect for an outdoor wedding that was just really simple. I think I might have paid like $35 for it at JB White's. So anyway, like I said, fast forward now 26 years almost. This coming April. Um, my oldest daughter was at the Goodwill about 5 days ago, and she's not. I mean, she just doesn't like to wear dresses that much. She just, is more of a, jeans and t-shirt kind of person. And so but she said for some reason she was like felt pulled to go over there and look through the dresses for some reason. She said, but they're usually like $8, and she's like, that's just too much money to spend at the Goodwill, So she just usually doesn't go. But she walked over there, she was thumbing through the dress. She said about, when she got through about the third or fourth dress, she looked at it and she was like, oh, that's my mom's wedding dress. And she knows it's my wedding dress because she was 5 when I got remarried. And so she was in the wedding. And she remembers the wedding dress, and she also remembers how sad that I was that I lost it, because I had always said, even if she didn't wear it to get married or whatever, or my other daughter didn't wear it to get married, they could wear it at the reception or something like that, or I don't know. I just thought that if they had the option. Anyway, so um she said that's my mom's wedding dress. And her fiance was like, I don't think so. I mean, what are the chances of that? She was like, I'm telling you, I know it is. And it was very, very like different kind of dress. It had an empire waist and had like pleats in it, and it was made out of like a crepe material on the bottom, which is kind of wrinkly sort of. And it was just very, and it's like, even though it was a simple dress, it was very unique. So anyway, she's like, it is, and I'm getting it. So she goes and bless her heart, she takes her money and buys the dress. So she wanted to call me so bad at like 11 at night. And so she waited till the next day. And she called me and she was like, Mama, you'll never guess what I found at the Goodwill. And I was like, what? And she was like, hold on a minute. And she goes in there, and because we're on video on Facebook, and she brings it back and holds it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is my wedding dress. And she was like, I know. She goes, what happened to it? And I told her what happened to it. And lo and behold, the She showed me, and the safety pin and the dry cleaning tag was still on it, like it was very old, but it was still on there. So we think what happened was possibly that it really did get lost into the dry cleaning at the dry cleaners, and somehow they might have like cleaned out a bunch of stuff and donated it to Goodwill, evidently recently, or I feel like the dress would have been gone. But the chances of my daughter finding that dress 26 years later almost without God being in the middle of this is zero chance, I think. So I just feel like that oh, and another thing is my husband came home because I mean my daughter was just so excited, and honestly we look so much alike because she's younger and looks about like I was at that age. She's actually 30. I think she's just 88. She's just turned 32. And she in November. So she actually put the dress on and had her hair fixed like me, and it looked exactly identical to me. So it was so crazy. So she had it on. But my husband came in the house and came home, and I was like, "Honey, come here." I was like, "What do you think?" And she was like, "What?" He was like, "What do I think of what?" And I still had her on video. And I said, "Come here and look at this. What do you think of this is?" And he looked and he was like, "Oh, that's your wedding dress." And that's the first thing he said. And I was like, "I know." And my daughter and I were so happy. And he was like actually happy because he knows I was bummed out about it. And so anyway, I was like, "Is that crazy?" Because we wanted to redo our ceremony or wedding at our 25th wedding anniversary, but it was right in the middle of Corona, and actually, we both had COVID at that time, um, and in April, and it was, we just couldn't do anything for our anniversary for our 25th wedding anniversary, and so we're fixing to come up, and it's going to be April, and that's going to be our anniversary. So yeah, I thought it was just the timing was like really strange. And I told him that. He said, and I think it might be even more symbolic than that. And immediately in my mind came the bride getting ready for the groom, for Jesus to come back. Like we're the bride, like the five virgins that were wise, that should keep their oil full, you know, and their wicks trimmed. And it just made me think about like if you were getting married and you were preparing for your wedding ceremony, you have to have your dress. And all this time, like to think about it in a spiritual way, it's even like more special almost. And I just really feel like that has got to be a sign, like from God, that it is time, bride, that it is time to get ready, to even get your wedding dresses out, to get ready. Like it's fixing to happen. Like you don't really get your dress out and get your dress, altered and all that stuff and get it out. And even if you have it ordered a year in advance, it's like you wait and then right before the wedding is when you make sure it fits and all the alterations are right. And so I just had to share that because I think I don't think I know. And also my husband, just the way he just came up with that right on the thing, right on the cuff, that he said that that was to him what that might mean. And at first, I was thinking more of just our anniversary. And as soon as he said that, that came to my mind. And then I asked him, he said exactly, that was exactly what he was thinking. So I just wanted to give you encouragement because I know that it seems like we are living in some really dark times because we are. But at the same time, get ready. The Lord says, those that are watching for me are those who I'm coming for. And I'm telling you right now, the enemy is, I know he's going on an all out assault against the bride, like in Revelation 12. I understand that. But we also are fixing to, I believe, see our bridegroom. And I believe that it is the season. And I think that the harvest is ripe. So we're here to sound the alarm, to try to help win the lost to the Lord at the last little bit of time before he returns. So, people, I'm just telling you, people, get ready, get ready, get ready. And please try to pray for the lost. Please try to witness, share your testimony. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So share your testimony as often as possible. Pray for whoever you can pray around you. Share the gospel. If they reject it, they just reject it. So, you've done what you're supposed to do and you won't be held accountable. Their blood won't be on your hands, okay? So just be encouraged, beloved, because I really believe we're going home soon. All right. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a great night. Bye.